Welcome to the Mad Max channel. So what have we got today? Another episode of Is It Worth the Gold? Now there's plenty of people who do these kind of videos like jingles and flammer and stuff like that. But I'm doing my variation. Anyway, what is this ship like? It's slow. Two guns, slow turning, slow reload, but good secondaries. Anyway, let's have a look what it's like against a tier 3 battleship. The South Carolina. Anyway, can I go toe to toe against the South Carolina on its own? Against a AI computer? Yes. Against a human? Maybe not. Now, under ideal circumstances, you would want to get really close up to people with this ship. And I'm using my Yamato commander in this ship and buffed up its secondary range. And it's only like 3.9. The guns themselves, if you're not closer than 5, it's going to be very lucky for whether you're going to hit anything or not. Now, first good decent salvo, set fire. And the thing to keep in mind with this ship is, yes, it does have AP ammunition, but the biggest drawback with Tier 2 ships is, in accuracy, you overpen a lot. So, something weird which I noticed with this ship is, if you're on a bigger distance, they have a better chance of penetrating the armor. As we can see, the South Carolina is suffering with the same issue as us, lack of accuracy. She's still burning away. Anyway, which will sound really funny, but the ship here will actually catch up with South Carolina, which sounds crazy. And considering we will knock it out, it either means the ship is either too good for Tier 2 or the South Carolina is just crap. So the question of overall, is a ship worth the gold? Well, it's unique, yes. Is it fun to play? Not really. But yeah, it's also not that bad. I mean, you can knock out with Tier 3 ships. If you're against Tier 2 cruisers, this thing is just painful. The thing with Tier 2 cruisers, a lot of them have high fire rate, high explosive ammunition, and this thing goes on fire again and again and again. Also maneuverability. If you get shooting against something with maneuverability, you're in trouble. Rate of fire, far too slow for a ship with only 2 guns. Turn rate of the turrets, awful. Best way to knock this thing out is 2 cruisers, opposite directions, fast speed, and circle around the thing. If you got torpedoes within the 5 range, I would say you'll be able to hit it. It is actually maneuverable with its turn rate. It can do small turn in circles. So if you're doing a wide spread, don't guarantee to hit all torps, unless of course it's up point blank range. Not long from now, and secondary range will be kicking in. Me personally, if I was the South Carolina captain, I would have just done a straight pass past me with AP rounds and killed me like that. But not everyone will automatically think, well, we'll go straight at him. That's probably a better way to do it. So even so, he's not going to be quick. He'll still be able to turn circles around me. Right, he's bouncing his rounds now. So we've got the optimal angling on the armor. At which point, yet again, if I was fighting against a human player, chances are he'd have gone to high explosive instead of armor piercing. And obviously at the moment we're not able to get all of the secondary batteries on him, simply because we can't do a full broadside. So what's the ship to real life situation? Well, we'll see in a minute. After this battle here, I'll put up against two tier 2 cruisers, and we did not fare that well. I mean, against the South Carolina here, we're going toe to toe against it, and we're not doing too bad. At the moment, all we're basically doing is catchy, catchy, kissy, kissy. Right, she's burning in 2 places now. Potentially even 3. And that's basically what this thing will do. Get close enough range to stuff which doesn't have torps. And work the secondary batteries. And on configuration, I've not set the health up for the main batteries, but put it on for secondaries. Because I would admit, the main batteries on this thing, I've never seen them be knocked out. Seem to have just enough armor. Not to say that's impossible to knock the guns out, but they're mediocre. But to have a very unique Tier 2 battleship, I would say it's probably worth the gold for some people, but not everyone. It won't be everyone's cup of tea. So any second, secondaries are going to do this. Right. Next game. 2 tier 2 cruisers. And we can see traced in here is spamming high explosives ammunition out, which at the end will well be downfall. But high explosive cruiser rounds are usually the biggest problem to battleships. And having in mind, my commander from the Yamato has got that 10% fire reduction on him too. And there's me using armor piercing, thinking, not sensible. But we're overmatching the armor from the front. Armor profile on tier 2 cruisers are slightly unpredictable. Tier 1 ships, you know where to hit. Tier 2, no. And then we have a bounce. This is where battleship RNG comes into play. Struggling to hit it. Like I say, these guns are only really accurate for about 5. Which is sad, seeing as the secondaries are nearly 4k range. Mind you saying that, in the previous section here we have seen how inaccurate it can possibly be. This is where the crap starts to hit the fan. Player 2's in the field. And again, over penetrations from the rear. Just isn't doing enough damage. And a noticeable point to point out is the main battery range is nearly the same. Well, it's basically the same as the ship's defective booty range. So no advantages there. And let's change target. The Chester is the slower and less maneuverable one instead of Grayson. So first hit, set a fire. See if we can set another one quickly enough on it. I will back and fire again. So as we can see, the explosives have partly done the job. You can burn for a little while. Health wise, we're nearly down to 50% now. And there's us back on fire again.
The ship is on fire.
So this is the ideal situation, and I've had it before in random battles where I've ended up being the last player alive because I'm the slowest one to get to anyone. And I've been me versus one or two ships. And if it's half health and they're not exactly sure what they're doing, and if there's islands and objects in their way, then it's not too catastrophic. But if cruisers, say 2 of them like this here, I'm in open water, they're in open water, they don't need to worry about anything else, don't shoot me. As long as you can keep your speed up and dodge my fire as much as you can, you will wither my health down with high explosive rounds. And I know I said about rule breaker, don't put your fire out so soon, but I just don't have the health to waste anymore. Right, 1 down. And we've got maybe a quarter of our health left. I think I've used my last repair up to. Video section after here, we'll have a look what we're like against 3 Samson destroyers. I managed to destroy one, that's the good news. Bad news is, you got an awful lot more torpedoes than I was expecting. I hit one. Repair's doing what it can. You can just see it's just withering down. Biggest weakness is slow reload. Poor dispersion. We're certainly running on fumes now. Obviously. It's basically what you would want to do as an enemy target. To attack this thing and destroy it. Big distance, maneuverability, and shoot loads of rounds at this thing. Best way to take it out. Right, definitely on fumes now.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
One more hit. That's us. Okay. So, 3 destroyers versus me. Oh, how could it be? Well, that was a surprise. Main battery shells managed to hit something. So, we'll manage to take him out before a seaworthy range of torpedoes managed to take me out. It's a good thing he's on fire. As a start. Would I recommend going point blank range with a destroyer to get the secondaries on? If you know he's firing his torpedoes, and you know he's got long reload, yes. If he happens to be a destroyer like this here, sadly enough, which happens to have quick reloads, I wouldn't recommend it. Oh dear. That's good. They were running out of steam just before they hit me. I can live with that. And the most sensible thing to do now would be take evasive maneuvers. Oh dear. So, am I going to go under with a big bang? Oh yes, I am. Oh, destroyed them. That's a bonus. Okay. Well, this video is going to come to an end very soon with a bang. So, would I recommend this ship? Quirky, strange, fast enough to take out South Carolina if they're not competent. Would I recommend buying it? In a way, yes. It is unique enough. Is it a ship that I would use for competitive play? Not really. It's a funny gimmick, especially with its secondaries. It's definitely something to have in a garage as a rare ship. So with that, I'd love to say thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe if you fancy, and I'll catch you later.